Good morning, welcome back to a new video. I am so excited to share today's what I eat in a day, you guys. I know if you've been seeing my last post, some previous posts on like Instagram and stuff, I just went through a whole pregnancy journey and unfortunately had a miscarriage at 9 weeks. The first trimester trenches, you guys, is so absolutely brutal. I was so sick for so many weeks, had the absolute craziest food aversions, could not eat a single thing. It was really rough. Anything, just thinking about food just made me nauseous and wanting to throw up so bad. I was basically eating such plain foods like dry bread, chips, oatmeal. Could have a little breakfast burrito, which is actually really nice. But yeah, I am so excited to be able to cook my own recipes at home again, bring in my colorful foods. Been cooking all week, so we're gonna go to the gym. I don't like to have a full breakfast before I go to the gym, but I also do not want to work out on an empty stomach, so I always make sure that I have a little something before I go. And this is sometimes a date with almond butter, this is sometimes an egg, and today I have some of this unsweetened banana bread, so I'm just gonna have a little bit of that. Then we're gonna go to the gym for like 30 minutes for a little strength workout. I'm trying to get back into my routine when it comes to movement and also when it comes to nutrition and stuff. I'm just trying to do my best. That is the plan of today. Okay guys, it is breakfast time. Had a good workout in. I feel I do always lean kind of towards the same type of breakfast. I love a savory breakfast. It just keeps me full for longer, it gives me more energy, and also just kind of like balance my blood sugar for the rest of the day. So I think today I'm just gonna make some scrambled eggs, a little cottage cheese, and then like a little toast with it. I know it's sometimes a little repetitive what I guess my what I eat days for my breakfast part, but it's just truly what I eat and what I love to have. So got some eggs. This is my favorite cottage cheese brand. Always loved a little veggie in it. I also bought some egg whites, so I'll just add some extra egg whites to it, and then I have some toast as well. This is sourdough bread from a bakery. So let's make my little plate. I just found them, I think, in my pocket. They were, I think, separated for so long, like the AirPods were gone. Sometimes the most simple breakfasts are just like the best. Sourdough toast with olive oil, 3 eggs and a few egg whites, so that's quite some protein. Cottage cheese, I put that literally on everything, and then some tomatoes, add a little fiber, and this is breakfast of today. It's the spot every time.
Stay. You are my baby.
Here's our little baby. It is 12:25 right now. I'm going to make some lunch. I feel that's kind of the benefit of working at home, is that I can quickly put like a lunch together. Throughout the week, I keep my lunches pretty simple, and I really use the cook once, eat twice method. So I'll make a double portion one day, and then for the next day, I use it for lunch again, or sometimes I use my dinner from the night before for lunch for the next day, and it just makes everything so much more efficient. I actually did not make, or didn't have leftover from yesterday, so I'm gonna make a double portion today. I'm gonna use this recipe. It's actually the barbecue salmon tacos, but I'm just gonna make it shrimp today because I have shrimp. It's so easy and quick. You just make a mango salsa, fry up some shrimp. I was gonna say salmon, but shrimp, and that's it. Like, I can literally make this in 10 minutes, which is so great. And then for tomorrow, I have it already ready, and I just like pop it back into a wrap. I don't know, I feel wraps really make cooking so much more quick and easier. I actually want to show you guys the brand that I really like. I usually buy these from the brand Siete. These are almond flour wraps. They also have really good cassava wraps. So these are gluten-free and really nice. Sometimes I feel certain wraps that you buy can feel like very gooey in a way, and I don't really like that, but I do really like these. Always have a pack of these into the fridge. I was also thinking maybe one day in my next vlog or something, I share kind of a grocery list that I use every week. So I kind of have my like grocery staples that kind of stay the same, and then every week I switch them up. So maybe that would be fun next week or something to go a little bit deeper into that and share that with you guys. So the reason why I really like this recipe, because it's so quick and easy. So I have some shrimp here, and then for the salsa, super easy, 3 ingredients. We have cucumber and mango, and then coriander and some lime. So I think I can make this dish in 10 minutes. Let's figure out. It's 12:30 right now, so all my open messages, it's too much, you guys. Too many platforms, too many messages everywhere. It's giving me anxiety. Okay, it's 12:30. Let's get cooking. Okay, the salsa is ready. I like to have avocado in it, but I usually don't mix into the salsa because when you have leftover, once there's avocado in it, I feel it goes bad really quickly. Just a little tip if you want to make a little bit more and have some for the next day. So while this is done, we're gonna head over to the shrimp and cook on the stove for a couple of minutes, add some spices to it, and it will be done. Let me see, let's get a pan. This is absolutely chef's kiss. I just looked on the clock, it is 12:54, which means it's like 24 minutes, but I was also filming at the same time, and it takes always much longer because I'm doing cameras and stuff. So 100% you can do this in 10 minutes. But yeah, this is lunch for today, and then I have some extra salsa, pop this into, and also extra shrimp by the way, so I'm gonna put that in the fridge, and then I'm just gonna eat the same thing tomorrow, and that will take 5 minutes to make. Enjoy it. Pop it with this. This is very spicy. With a little sriracha on it. I've been trying to make dinner a little bit earlier because it just like feels so much better onto my digestion and stuff. It's kind of like weird because like sometimes in winter you kind of need to start cooking when it's still light out, and I'm like not feeling dinner yet. But then once dinner is ready, I am ready for dinner. So today I actually had something in the freezer that I was like, wait, I actually need to finish this. It's chicken katsu. We got this from like a takeout from Leora Cafe. That was also where I got the bone broth from this morning. They have the best chicken bone broth, you guys. I love it so much. So yeah, this is a kind of a breaded chicken. Also, a lot of people always ask us what katsu's name means or what it's inspired from. Yes, katsu is like the little breaded chicken or breaded pork, but it also means to win in Japanese, so it's not just a food. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna pop this in the air fryer. I think that's gonna be the easiest way. And I really was craving a Japanese curry the other day, and I ordered it from a place, and I was like, this was really not hitting the spot. It was just not as good. Oh my god, there he is. Hey, are you around the corner? Yeah, we're talking about you, my little katsu. Hey, shall we get you some food? Yeah, a little snack. It was Katsu's birthday last week, and I totally forgot to make him something, so I think I'm gonna make him a birthday cake. But okay, buddy, sit down. Down. Oh, look at that. Down. Katsu, stay. Stay. Come on, you're like drooling. Good boy. You want one more? Just have this little piece. He like loves anything beef. He is on a raw beef diet. We give him like 2 packs of like raw, special for food or for dogs, but like raw beef. And I think that's why his fur is so great. Okay, down, down, stay. Got to stay. Oh, you already went. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, back to the curry katsu. So I had a curry, or I was really craving Japanese curry the other day. It was like a weird pregnancy craving. And then I ordered it, and it was really not good. I think the place I ordered from was more like a fast food chain. So I was like, you know what? Once I feel better, I'm gonna try to make it myself, and I've never made it. I'm gonna just use a little Japanese curry mix. Golden curry, I think this is one of the most popular ones. This is from Asian supermarket, but I honestly feel you can kind of get this everywhere. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. It's honestly really simple with some potatoes, I think an onion and carrot, and then we're also gonna cook some rice. You guys, if you don't have a rice cooker, that is one of the biggest kitchen and cooking hacks for me. We love Asian foods in this household. I love Asian food, and it just makes it so easy because sometimes in the afternoon or in the morning before I go to work, I just put rice in here and then it stays warm all day. So then when I come home, it just stays nice and warm. So yeah, that will be it. We're just having our ingredients. Let's get cooking. Ready. It looks so good. I was surprised how fast and how easy it was to make the Japanese curry. I am obsessed with curries. I love Indian curries, I love Thai curries, like from all sorts of cuisines. But there was like a really long time that I was eating a lot of curries, and every time my stomach was on fire and so upset, and I just couldn't figure it out because I was like, this is just veggies and sometimes like a starch or protein, and why do I get such an upset stomach? And it was because all the curries were so spicy, like Thai curries, even Indian curries, like even more spicier. My stomach could really not handle that, and Japanese curry is actually one of those curries that is not really spicy. It is really mild, so that's like one of the reasons I love it so much, because for me personally, more gentle on the stomach and just still so warming. Like if you're cold and freezing, this is honestly the type of dinner you should make. Oh my gosh, so good. Curry is definitely a little lighter than I expected, but it's still so delicious. I actually have a recipe also how I made my chicken katsu in, like, I think it was a what I eat in a day video over the summer. So if I find that, I will link that also down below so you can check out how to make it. What I like to do when I make it is actually put it in the freezer, like make a bunch, because sometimes it can make a little bit of a mess. But this is so good. chef's kiss. I say, say that about everything I make. No, it's not true actually. Sometimes I'm really like, sometimes I throw things together. I'm like, this is not as great, but like this is hitting the spot, my friends. So yum. Now we're at the best part of the day. I made brownies. This was like a Valentine's recipe. They're made with sweet potato. They are unbelievable. Like, I can't even describe how moist and fudgy and how delicious they are. Very often with brownies, like when you bake them, they can like dry out, especially over time. And these are just the most moist and chocolatey, delicious thing ever. I'm gonna pop up the recipe here for you to screen grab. I just posted it on my reels as well. It's by far one of my favorite brownie recipes that I have ever made. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, and refined sugar-free as well. So almost everyone can eat it. So delicious. This was the end of my what I eat in a day. I'm probably gonna eat one more of this. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll link some of the recipes down below. All the recipes I made are also on my Soulsing Body app, where I always like find all my inspiration if I never know what to cook. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you guys next week.